Tesla Cybertruck Police. Most police cars look like police cars. This one looks like it came from a different planet. In 2024, the Irvine Police Department in California became the first in the country to put one into official service, spending over $150,000 to outfit a single truck with emergency equipment. By late 2025, Las Vegas deployed a full fleet of 10 after a Silicon Valley billionaire donated $2.7 million to make it happen. The stainless steel body makes it genuinely bulletproof, something no standard patrol car can claim. Some departments are still figuring out exactly what to do with it. But in a job where being bulletproof was never standard equipment, the Cybertruck is making a strong case that the future of policing looks nothing like its past. Sherp Police ATV. What happens when a criminal runs into flooded swamp, a frozen marsh, or terrain so soft that every other police vehicle sinks before getting 100 feet in? Most departments have no answer. The Sherp does. Originally designed in Russia for Siberian oil crews working in terrain that destroyed conventional vehicles, it found its way into law enforcement when departments realized it could go where nothing else could. The Ocean County Sheriff's Office in New Jersey bought one specifically for their coastal landscape, a mix of marshes, beaches, mud, and open water that made rescues nearly impossible. It reaches 25 miles per hour on land and keeps moving in water using those enormous tires as flotation. For a suspect who ran into terrain nobody expected police to follow, the Sherp changes that calculation completely. Police Hovercraft. Water stops most police vehicles instantly. Mud stops the rest. A hovercraft stops for neither. Floating on a cushion of pressurized air, it skims across water, ice, mud, shallow swamp, or soft snow without choosing between them. The U.S. Coast Guard ran the first serious law enforcement evaluation in the early 1970s. Daggett County in Utah later bought one using a $100,000 Homeland Security grant after officials realized their patrol boats were useless in icy, shallow winter conditions. The surprising thing is that hovercrafts are nearly silent compared to a motorboat, which matters when you are trying to approach something without announcing your arrival from half a mile away. Police Airboat. Smugglers and fugitives in the Florida Everglades once knew a simple truth. Get into the swamp and nobody is following you in. The airboat ended that guarantee. Powered by an aircraft-style propeller mounted above the deck, it sits flat on the water and skims across surfaces just a few inches deep, cutting through marsh grass and vegetation that destroys any outboard engine immediately. Early versions appeared in Florida in the 1930s, built using surplus airplane engines and wooden frames. Today they are standard equipment across Florida, Louisiana, and any region where shallow water makes traditional patrol boats useless. Drug smugglers who once used the swamps as a guaranteed escape route now find police already waiting on the other side. Police Camel Patrol. In 2018, the Abu Dhabi police launched an official Camel Patrol unit called Hajana, integrating it directly into their Special Operations Division. The reasoning is practical. Camels cross deep desert sand and rocky terrain where no motorized vehicle survives reliably. They are also deeply rooted in Emirati heritage, and people engage with a camel patrol in ways they never would with a patrol car. Abu Dhabi is not alone. Jordan and Kenya both run active camel patrol units for the same reason, deploying them in remote terrain that makes conventional policing impossible. It is one of the oldest forms of patrol on Earth, still in official service because nothing built in a factory handles the desert the way a camel does. Police Water Cannon Vehicle. The first time authorities used water against a crowd was in Athens in 1892. Germany built the first proper truck-mounted water cannon in the early 1930s, and the concept spread worldwide. Modern versions like Germany's Rosenbauer Wasserwerfer 1000 carry 10,000 liters of water and fire through remotely controlled cannons that officers aim from inside using a joystick. Some versions inject dye into the stream to invisibly mark specific individuals for later identification. American police almost never use them, because the image of fire hoses turned on civil rights marchers in the 1960s made water cannons politically impossible here. Everywhere else in the world, they remain one of the most effective crowd control tools ever built. bomb disposal robot. In the 1970s, British forces in Northern Ireland needed a way to investigate suspicious packages without sending a person close enough to be killed. The answer was a remote-controlled robot, slow and basic, but capable of approaching a device while an operator watched from safety. By the 1990s, companies like iRobot, the same company that later made the Roomba vacuum cleaner, were building EOD robots for American police. In 2016, the Dallas police used a Rimatech Andros robot to deliver an explosive charge directly to an armed suspect who had killed 5 officers, marking the first time in American history that police used a robot to take a life. The same machines built to keep humans away from bombs had, in one extraordinary moment, become something else entirely. X-MADIS anti-drone vehicle. A drone flying over a crime scene used to be a novelty. Today, it is a genuine security threat. The X-MADIS, developed by Ascent Vision Technologies, detects, tracks, and defeats hostile drones without firing a single bullet. It uses radar, an infrared camera, and an electronic warfare jammer that overpowers the drone's communication link, cutting it off from its operator mid-flight. Originally built for U.S. Special Operations Forces on Polaris military vehicles, a commercial version was later demonstrated for law enforcement and border security. The unsettling reality it exposed is this: any small drone worth a few $100s is now a potential weapon. This vehicle exists because the gap between a toy and a threat has effectively disappeared. Police jet ski. Water patrol used to require enough water to float a full patrol boat. The jet ski changed that entirely. Police departments in coastal cities and waterway-heavy regions added personal watercraft because they reach places patrol boats simply cannot. Shallow channels, narrow rivers, and marinas packed too tightly for a full vessel to navigate. Some units reach over 60 miles per hour on water, fast enough to pursue most recreational boats. Most criminals running on water never expect anything to keep up. A jet ski at full throttle suggests otherwise very quickly. Police Reindeer Sled. Norway established a dedicated police unit in 1949 called the Rikspolitiet, or Reindeer Police, to patrol territory so remote that no standard vehicle can reliably operate there for most of the year. Just 15 officers cover over 21,000 square miles of Arctic wilderness across Finnmark and Troms counties. They oversee law enforcement, environmental protection, and the reindeer herding traditions of the indigenous Sami people. In the deepest winter months, when snowmobiles struggle and temperatures drop well below what machines tolerate, traditional reindeer sleds remain a practical option. In Norway's frozen north, the law still sometimes arrives the same way it did centuries ago.